my Starbucks triple shot. It's 10:30 at night. I'm ready to go.
Well, it's been a long week. Not that you've been here to see me in my pain. But,
long week. It's Tuesday.
Well, no, the last week. It was a long last week for me.
Oh, okay.
I was on day number 8. I needed some time off. All right, should we start the show?
Yes.
All right. Hello and welcome to the Strive Nation podcast, the podcast where we talk about the daily monotony of our own lives, which is good. Sometimes you need some monotony in this crazy world. How are you doing today?
I am... What's my word for today? I'm feeling energized.
You're feeling energized. Well, that's good. What are we talking about today?
We are talking about video games.
Yeah, we are, because I love video games, and I haven't been able to express this to you guys yet.
Yes.
So today we're talking about video games. But first...
Upvotes and downvotes.
Upvotes and downvotes. What is your upvote?
My upvote is I just went to Savannah, Georgia to visit my dad, my stepmom, and my brothers. And it was super fun. Got to eat some good old food. Went to Bonaventure Cemetery. Saw some dead people.
Dead people?
Yeah, at the cemetery.
Okay, so what was cool about the cemetery now?
So it's one of America's oldest cemeteries. And there's a bunch of people, like famous people buried there. Like the Mercer family. They have the Mercer Mansion, which is in downtown Savannah. They're one of the families that helped found Savannah. And I think his name is Johnny Mercer. He's a famous songwriter.
Oh.
He wrote Moon River, which is about Savannah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. So it's not haunted.
Oh, no, definitely probably super haunted. We couldn't do a ghost tour because my dad was on not quarantine, but kind of quarantine.
I gotcha.
So we did self-guided per me.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You enjoyed yourself. It was fun. It was a nice little vacation.
Yes, it was a nice little break. It was also nice and warm down there, so that was fantastic.
How warm was it compared to Tennessee?
Like 10 degrees warmer.
Okay,
15.
so not like crazy, but still warmer.
Yeah, my last day there was in the 60s.
No.
Yeah.
How I long for the warm days, especially right now.
Yeah, we'll get there soon. Soon.
Yeah, what do we got, like a month?
Yeah.
2 months, something?
No,
A
like
month?
a month.
Okay, 1 month. 1 month until I can be warm again.
Honestly, probably in like 3 weeks we'll be able to go to the pool.
Oh my god.
Yes.
All right.
What's your upvote?
My upvote. I'm very excited. I've only been waiting 2 months since the World Championship. LCS is back. And for those of you who don't know, that stands for League Championship Series. League of Legends. I have a very odd passion for League of Legends. It's an esport. It's a video game. Maybe some of you have played League of Legends before. But yeah, it's basically the pro scene. It's like watching NFL football.
But better.
Well, for me, it's better. For sure. I get really excited. I know all the pros' names. I watch every game. Probably watch like 15 hours a week. I'm very, very into this thing. So
Yes.
very, very excited.
Nice.
That is my upvote.
And what's your downvote?
My downvote, hopefully, actually, it'd be great if you heard this, but my noisy neighbor. All day today, I have heard random hums, like vibrations of a phone, and it's been irritating me because I keep thinking my phone's going off, but nope, it's just the apartment next door that is humming.
Humming.
Yes, very irritating. It's like, fucking be quiet. Please, for the love of God, be quiet. I can't stand you. It's my neighbor. Normally, I don't have a problem with noisy neighbors, but today just had to be the day.
It just took you over the edge.
Well, and a lot of people in our apartment building are like musicians, right? Like wannabe musicians. So they're all like, I'm gonna be cool and play on my music, you know? And I'm just like, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear about it.
Wow. You're
Yeah.
very passionate about this.
Well, it is when it's disturbing me in my my time at home, my relaxation time.
Do you hear it over your headphones anyways?
Well, I don't wear the headphones unless I'm gaming with friends, you know?
Oh, okay, gotcha. That makes sense.
But yeah, it's like these random hums. And the thing is they think they're cool. They're like, hear me, you know, they're just playing away all day long. It's like, trust me, another 800 hours and still's not going to make you famous. You might as well stop now.
Wow. Wow.
Just go in the basement, put up some soundproof paneling like most of the people do so no one can hear you.
That's true. Most of the people here rent out storage units and then make it their own studios.
Right.
Which is smart. It's only like, what, $70 a month?
Yeah, I mean, instead of renting somewhere else, I mean, and then you don't got to bother people like this guy next door.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Let him come knock on our door.
I don't care. It's fine.
Well,
Come at me, bro. Come at me with your bad music.
Not if he's bigger than you.
Well, that's true. I'll just get my ass kicked again.
I think he is bigger than you.
Well, a lot of people are bigger than me, aren't they?
Well, and his dog is probably twice the size of you.
Oh, is that the guy?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I love his dog, so.
They have an American bulldog, and I think it's an American bulldog.
Yeah, I think so.
Freaking huge.
It's got a head like a garbage can.
Yeah, that dog might come take you out.
It's the nicest dog ever.
It's cute.
Like, and it's got so much meat on it, with all the skin and stuff. I love dogs like that. The more wrinkles, the better. Dogs with rolls, man.
No, that's better.
Yeah.
It sounded like you're describing, like, fried chicken for a second. So, we are not eating dogs.
We've self-corrected. We've course-corrected. It's fine.
We don't condone it.
What is your downvote?
My downvote is I was gone all of 5 days, 6 days, and I come home and I see that I've been replaced.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, thank you.
Uh-oh.
Replaced by a Amazon body pillow that Cory now cuddles with and doesn't cuddle with me, so.
She is so insecure about this body pillow.
Whoa! I mean, I want cuddles, and now you don't need me.
No, you guys, so you get me, right? For those side sleepers, you have to put something in your legs to go on your side and curl up on. Otherwise, your spine's all messed up because your legs sit weird when you're side sleeping, right? So you get a body pillow to shove between there. It's either that or blankets, and the body pillow is just the full length of my body. It works perfectly. So she's just jealous that I'm not cuddling her now.
No, because there's a giant pillow in between us now. And usually you cuddle me and then I steal all your heat because I'm always freaking cold. And now I'm cold and I got a pillow on my back.
Well, all I need to do is name the body pillow Taylor and draw a face on it and everything. And you're fully replaced.
The body pillow can't cook.
Oh, yeah. That's okay. That's okay. Nah, you can never be replaced.
Oh, thank you.
So, we should get to our main topic.
Yeah, let's get into it.
We want to talk about video games. So, I have a long history of video games ever since I was young.
Mm-hmm.
I love all manner of video games. I want to say, like, I'm not like a hardcore gamer, but
You're pretty active.
I mean, I'm pretty active, but with specific games. Like, I'm not like the guys who have all the consoles with big TVs and they buy like video games every week. I'm not like that. I play very specific video games that I can be elitist at and complete and do my best. They're all competitive as well.
Yeah.
So I'm not like, people that buy console games, spend $60, beat it in 10 hours, and then move on to the next thing.
I think you should start first because I'm not a gamer, guys. Shocker. So I feel like you should talk about how you grew up with video games and how impactful it was on you. And then I can talk a little bit about me, myself, and I.
Right. Well, everyone's got to start somewhere, you know? I mean, I've gotten you more into them since, you started dating me.
That's true.
Before me, there was like no exposure at all, virtually.
Well, I used Pokemon Go to entrap you into dating me, so.
Oh, yeah, there was that.
Yes.
But
yeah, you go first.
So basically, I grew up from very, very young age with my my mom and my father actually getting Super Nintendo, and they would stay up all night playing Super Mario Brothers. They
would
pretty
stay
much
up all night?
Oh yeah, they would, and they'd try to get past it, all the levels, and they do the skipping through the warp tubes and everything like that. That game was basically my first experience with video games. I mean, before that, there wasn't a whole lot of exposure that they could have had before that. What'd you have? You had, like, the whole arcade, that you would go to arcades and play Dig Dug and stuff like that, and Centipede, all those games. But at home, there wasn't, like, consoles. The only thing you had was, like, the really old PCs with Pong on them.
Yeah.
Which, I played that too. But Super Mario Brothers was basically my first in watching my parents play it, and we'd play it together. We'd take turns, because you have lives. One person would die, and then you hand off the controller to the next person and see how far you could get before dying, right?
Oh, cute.
Yeah, so it was a big thing. My dad and I used to play into the wee hours of the morning. That was really awesome.
Into the wee hours of the morning.
Yeah, it was really great. It was kind of like a bonding experience, too. And then eventually Nintendo came out with the N64, and that kind of exploded the exposure to all different manner of things. A lot of people probably remember playing the original GoldenEye on N64, along with, all of your Mario games, Mario Kart, Mario Party, Super Monkey Ball, all the Star Wars games, which my dad was really into, Rogue Squadron and Bounty Hunter. He was very obsessed with those games. What we'd do is on our days off, whether it was the weekend or whatever, because with TVs back in the day, I don't know if you guys remember, but there was really horrible glare. So the best lighting conditions, especially for dark games, is you had to eliminate all natural light. So we would hang up blankets all over the windows so no light could come in, because especially during Rogue Squadron, it was really important to see in the dark.
Yeah.
So, but my dad would play that game like crazy. You just sit and watch him too. It was like a bonding experience,
Yeah.
watching someone else play video games, not just you playing, but someone else watching you.
Mm-hmm.
After N64, then the progression of video games and their development continued, and we got a GameCube, which was even more addicting, I would say, with all the games that we played.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's a GameCube?
So, a GameCube?
I know what I kind of know what it is, but I never had one, so I don't actually know what it
GameCubes
is.
were so super, super dope. So, you started to see the regular handheld controllers, like that progression where they started to get more like the ones you see now. Pretty much all controllers right now,
Yeah.
they look pretty the same. There's minor differences in their shape, but they're pretty all in the same format.
Yeah.
And the GameCube controller was pretty popular. But a GameCube is this box. And on top of the box, you had a little button that you'd press. And you had a little disc, a mini CD. It wasn't like the normal size CDs. It was very mini. Mm-hmm. And that's what the games were. And you put the mini CD in this actual player. That's how the games were. It was on a CD. And they were players. And you close the top, much like a cassette or like a CD player.
Yeah.
And then you'd hit the power button, and it would turn on just like anything else. And it was a cube, an actual cube.
Oh, okay.
And in the front, you'd plug in all of the controllers to the front. You could have 4 players. And you had a memory card, too. You'd have to put in the memory card to get your save files, games you save on.
I do remember that,
without the save files, you would lose all your progress, and you'd have to start from the beginning. Mm-hmm. So that was a big deal. GameCube was really, really an awesome, one of the golden age of Nintendo's actual consoles.
Did you play a lot with your sisters?
Yeah, on GameCube, yes. Incredible amounts of Super Smash Brothers, Mario games, Mario Party, Mario Kart, Double Dash, all of that. We played so much of that, hours and hours and hours on it. Yeah, we'd take turns on games. It was great. Mm-hmm. It was real fun. Me and my sisters they started to grow up. It was we were getting 12, 13, 14, 15, and then we started to move into other things. So I eventually got an Xbox 360 and was playing Halo 3 with all my buddies at my friend's house, and we would just hang out all weekend doing that. And my sisters were doing other things, they were, I don't know, playing Barbies and stuff like that, Legos, not so much of the video game stuff, but yeah, eventually I got rid of the Xbox 360 to ultimately buy a PC, and then from henceforth it's been PC Master Race only.
My gosh.
Yeah, so
what a nerd.
Well, yeah. I can remember when I was young for Christmas, the favorite gift that I was ever given was the original Game Boy. Well, not the original, the Game Boy Color. So they had the Game Boy, which was that gray hunk of a brick that came out. I didn't get that one. I got something later. I wanted one, but my dad got me one better and got me the Game Boy Color, and I got Pokemon Blue version. Best gift I was ever given. I played more hours on Pokemon Blue version than any of the games. I just remember my excitement opening that gift up for the first time. I couldn't drop that Game Boy for anything. I had so many batteries saved up just in case. It was great. It was really impactful and sentimental to me.
What was your favorite game on your PC?
Favorite game on my PC?
Growing up, yeah.
Oof. So
or the one you played the most?
Well, I played a lot of games, but I played a lot of RTSs when I was young, and RTS stands for real-time strategy games. So things like Civ or Majesty, a Crusader, a lot of Red Alert, and Yuri's Revenge, stuff like that, and Command and Conquer games. Those are all where you control units, and you create a base, and you move units to take over another person's base, and they have units, so you have all-out war and stuff. Mm-hmm. Those games are still popular now, but when I first started PC gaming, they were really popular. I spent a lot of hours doing that. In fact, I used to stay home from school faking sick just so I could play this stuff. It was a big thing to me. Really, really fond memories of those days, just playing video games. When I eventually got a PC, that's when my RuneScape addiction kicked in, which is quite horrible. because it took a severe hit on my social life.
Yeah.
I mean, no, seriously. So, like, video game addiction, it's a real thing. I had it playing RuneScape. For those of you listening, you probably played RuneScape, honestly. You didn't play RuneScape, did
I've
you,
never played RuneScape.
Okay, so, like, even girls that had no exposure to video games played RuneScape. My sisters played it, my cousins. Everyone in high school that I went to, like, most people have played RuneScape. It's this open world MMO for the first one. It's kind of like World of Warcraft. If you didn't play World of Warcraft, you played RuneScape.
Yeah.
And even the girls would play it because they'd try to, like, pretend like a guy's on there just to get money. They'd get, like, these fake boyfriends. It was quite hilarious, but I played probably over 4,000 hours in RuneScape. I was so addicted that, like, I forced my mom and my grandma to, like, lug my PC around wherever we went just so I could plug it up and play.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was crazy addicting. It was very bad. I eventually grew out of it, so thank God for that, but woof, man. Woof. Do you want to talk about, like, your history with video games or lack thereof?
The lack thereof. There's not much. I grew up very differently. We didn't really have a lot of, like, video games, to be honest. I grew up in a house where you got told you got to go play outside. Like, we were never in the house. We also didn't really have a lot of technology.
Right. Just because they didn't want you, like, being in front of a screen.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was mostly like you live on a farm, you have all these siblings, like, go outside and go do something physical. So we had a computer with dial-up internet. The only games I remember playing on that computer was Neopets, which me and my sisters fought over constantly. I played, the Mine game.
Oh, a Minesweeper.
Yeah, I played Minesweeper.
Oh my God.
And I played pinball.
That's okay. I mean...
And that was it.
Well, the thing is, on computers back there, I played the pinball. They had pinball games on there, too.
Yeah, it was cool.
Did you ever play, like, Sims or SimCity or anything like that?
Nope.
Oh, my sisters were so obsessed with that.
We had dial-up internet, and we also we shared our phone line with our house and also with our barn.
Yeah.
So the only time we got to play, we would, like, all hop on Neopets, and there's just me and my sisters all trying to play really, really quick until we got told we had to go outside and do chores. Or we had to, like, go outside.
So when you were online playing, like, whatever you're playing, when the dial-up is one of those things where if someone calls in, the internet cuts off? Did you ever have that? Yeah, that's what we had.
Constantly.
Whenever you had get on dial-up, you'd have that ringing sound in the beginning, like AOL. It would be like... You remember that? And you had to, like, wait for it to actually dial in?
Yes, that's it. That was all we had. It was so terrible.
Dude, yeah, how slow it was.
Oh, it was... Well, we lived in the middle of nowhere. We lived in the country. So it took so long. And we'd finally get on. And we'd be, like, looking at the time, like, oh, no, we have to go do chores. We gotta go do chores. Then we'd fight. Like, literally pull each other off of the chair, being like, no, it's my turn. I didn't get to feed my Neopet yet. And we weren't allowed to spend any money or go buy the Neopets, like, stuffed animals in store that you could play with online, too. Like, we didn't get to do any of that. So we just had our one Neopet on the website, and we only got to play with it, like, maybe 10 minutes a day.
Oh, I feel so bad.
Well, I grew up on a farm.
I know.
Like, we played outside. We played volleyball or, like, four-wheeled, built tree houses.
Yeah, my dad tried to get me to do that stuff, and I was just like, okay, this was fun. Can I go back inside and play RuneScape?
Oh, yeah. That would not have flown in our house.
Yeah.
Plus, there's so many of us kids and one computer.
Did your parents give you time limits? Like, hey, you only have an hour, you only have whatever, before you had to get off?
Yeah, we had time restrictions. It was never a set time. That was the hard part, is it wasn't like, okay, you guys get an hour. It's run into the game room really quick, log on, and then, like, see how long we could get on there before someone would notice that we're on the computer, where they either needed the phone or realized we weren't outside playing or doing chores.
Oh, dude.
And so, like, maybe 20 minutes at a time.
Yeah, man. It's so close to me, too. It'd be like, same thing. It's like, oh, got home from school and they're not home yet. I get it like an hour before they get home. So I get this extra time.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, when did you get on? And you try to stretch it. You'd be like, well, I just got on. But you know you're lying.
Yeah.
You had like 45 minutes earlier. Yeah. That's called addiction.
I was only on for 20 minutes at a time. It was not addiction for me.
For me, yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, so that was my, like, computer games. That was all I played. And then I had one of the This was a hand-me-down. It was one of the original handheld console games, and the only game I could play on it was Tetris.
Yeah,
It was huge. It, like, honestly, God, that thing was freaking massive.
Were you a beast at Tetris?
It was a brick. Yeah, I was freaking G at Tetris. This is the only game I could play. God, I sound so old.
That's okay. We're all old. Gen Z will never understand the attention span that you used to have when playing that stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. We had Tetris. We would play that for hours. And then I also had a PS2. So I had a PS2 at my mom's house, PS2 at my dad's house. My dad's house, the only game I had on it was this Mary-Kate and Ashley horseback riding game. I don't even know what the concept of it was. I don't think I ever knew what the concept was, because all I would do is get on this horse and just ride around for like hours. Like, there was actually no rhyme or reason to the game. And then at my mom's house, we had the Shaun White snowboarding game.
Oh, dude, I remember those.
Yeah, I was terrible at it. And again, I don't even know what the purpose of that was. I think I would just keep going down the same run.
Well, right, but
was
you generally on those games, like the Tony Hawk ones and the Shaun White ones,
Yeah.
you go off these jumps, these like the jumps and stuff, and you'd acquire points based on what moves you do in the air. You
Yeah,
remember
but
that?
I was really bad at it.
Well,
And then we had the SpongeBob game on our
wow.
PS2.
Very
And that was
exciting.
Yeah, so that was my PS2. And I had a Game Boy at my dad's house. And it was the Mary-Kate and Ashley. I don't know. There's a lot of Mary-Kate and
Wow,
Ashley.
you were really into Mary-Kate and Ashley,
I
weren't you?
was obsessed with Mary-Kate and Ashley.
Oh, Jesus.
I used to tell people that my middle name was Ashley because of Mary-Kate and Ashley.
Oh, my gosh.
Even though they're not that much older than me.
I can never unhear that.
I know. I thought it was very, very cool.
You haven't really played anything since. You, like, never got into anything else.
No, not at all. Yeah, I mean, like I said, growing up, like when our PS2, it's not like we sat on there for hours at a time. Like we would maybe get an hour on there, but I had 5 siblings in one house. So, okay, you each get 20 minutes.
Right.
And that was about it.
Right.
And it usually ended up in fighting. And my mom would come in and hear us fighting and be like, that's it. The PS2 is getting turned off. Go outside. So,
Right.
like, we never played video games. Like, I didn't get my first laptop until I graduated high school. I did not have it like all the young kids now.
It's a difference in that's just how you grew up. You know, like me and all my friends, obviously the guys, I feel like guys are obviously more prone to that stuff.
Yeah.
It depends on the family. It's like your brothers play video games now.
Oh, well,
Like,
yeah.
for sure,
Now all my
yeah.
brothers do.
Right. So
But they also are growing up now where they all have their own laptop. They each have their own like PC that they built.
right, it's just a different age.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Back in my day.
Well, plus if you think about it, like the generational gap, I just turned 30 and I'm obviously not going to stop playing video games. So it's just one of those things where as technology continues, the people that are passionate about playing these games, you know, they're going to keep playing. So it's
Yeah.
not like it's going to change. And younger generations are going to grow up learning how to play the new stuff even.
Yeah. Well, and they learn how to do it all sooner. It's more accessible. Oh, wait. I forgot about one thing about video games.
What
Like
is
my
that?
favorite, best memory of video games.
Okay, go for it.
So my grandma had one of the original Nintendos.
Like, you mean Super Nintendo?
Yeah, she had the original like Super Nintendo.
Yep.
Where your controller is just a little brick.
Yeah, the one I was playing with my dad.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my grandma had one of those connected to the super, super tiny TV.
Tube TV?
The little teeny tiny tube TV.
Ah!
Super small. And the only game we played on it was Super Mario Bros.
Right.
It still works to this day. It's
Yeah.
at the cabin. It still works.
Yeah, we played it a couple years ago when we visited there.
That's like the highlight of my video game experience. Because at Grandma and Grandpa's, you could sit there and play video games for hours. Like, we didn't get told we had to go outside or anything. So we get to Grandma's, literally drop our bags, and everyone run to the room where the Nintendo is, and then fight over the 2 controllers. Honestly, you've been with us at the cabin. We still get in fights over the 2 controllers.
Yeah, did you play Duck Hunt on it?
No, we only had the one game.
Oh, dude, they used to have this orange gun that you could hook up to it and play Duck Hunt, where you'd point this rifle at the TV screen and shoot ducks.
Oh,
You remember that?
Yes, we had that at my mom's house.
Yeah, that was pretty dope too.
Yeah, we had that. And then when it used to be cool to have the arcade games that would plug into your little tube TV.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, we had that for Pac-Man.
Okay, that's neat.
I think that's it.
Pac-Man
Pac-Man
was
and
good.
like the little shooting game. Super Mario at Grandma's. best video game memory I have. And we still have so much fun going. You're 30, I'm 27. We go to grandma's, we're playing Nintendo.
Well, yeah, because that game is so sentimental too, because I feel like even people older than me, that's what they started with. There was nothing but that. It's very sentimental. I mean, in Mario, like, how many games are modeled off that platformer? Super Mario was the first freaking platformer game.
Yeah.
Now all platformers are based on that kind of side-scrolling platforming game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was ingenious.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Everyone plays. Even, like, my younger siblings play. And, like, my mom and, like, my stepdad get into it, too.
Yeah.
Like, it's something that every single person in the family will play it. Yeah.
It's neat.
It's a good memory.
What do you play now? Do you play anything?
You're going to make fun of me.
Well, I always make fun of you,
He's
so.
only asking me this question because he knows the answer. And he wants me to get trolled by everyone who listens to this podcast.
Yeah, so if you guys are listening, make sure in the comments on Facebook, on Instagram, to troll her, because you need to make her ashamed of this. Yeah, what games do you play? Do you play any?
Solitaire.
Yeah.
That's it.
Solitaire. That's it. Solitaire. And, here's the thing. When she told me Solitaire, I was like, you can at least play an actual, like, complicated card game, like Runeterra or Hearthstone. Any card game, Yu-Gi-Oh! Any of them. But she won't do it. She's got to play Solitaire. And, she could play Legends of Runeterra with me, but she won't. She won't do it.
I don't know how to.
Well, you can say that about everything.
I know.
You got to learn, man. You got to learn.
I like Solitaire. It's putting pieces together like a puzzle, and it calms my brain. I don't know why I love Solitaire. It's because my grandma plays Solitaire all the time. Grandma's bored. What's she doing? Playing Solitaire. So I grew up playing Solitaire. And I play Solitaire on my phone. Hey, I played Pokemon Go.
She plays Pokemon Go with me when I am into it, just to do something with me.
No, I did, like, what was it, like 3 years ago? We actually played a lot of Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Like 3 years ago.
Yeah, we did when it was like super big, when it blew up.
Yeah, when it was super popular and super big. We used to play all the time. That would be our date nights. God, it was so cheap. We would just walk around downtown Appleton playing Pokemon Go.
I mean, I love Pokemon Go. Even now, I still love it.
Well, yeah, you're still
It doesn't
obsessed.
hook me as much. I was really into it before, like during the first year. Yeah, I still love it, and I got my friends into it, so a lot of them still play. We play together, especially on the big event days. It's really neat.
Yeah, that's what I like about Pokemon Go is you get to go do it in the outside world, and you also get to interact with different people.
Yeah.
Like in real life.
Well, that's how most of these gaming communities are. Just think if we ever went to an LCS actual live event.
That's
it's the same
true.
thing.
Yeah.
It's just where we are. We don't have, a lot of live gaming events, especially during COVID.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
What games do you play right now?
What games do I play right now, and we'll probably continue to play until the end of time? My favorite MMO, Guild Wars 2. Played the original Guild Wars a little bit. Then in 2012, Guild Wars 2 came out. I was very, very passionate about Guild Wars. The world, the characters, the story, super passionate. Got my friends to play it. I still play it to this day. A lot of the popularity has dropped off with the MMO genre, but I still love it.
Can you explain what an MMO is?
So an MMO is a massive multiplayer online game.
Okay.
In terms of like Guild Wars 2, it's an MMORPG. So you add a role-playing game onto the end of it. It's where you have a character, you specifically design this character, and the character is it has levels, it has skills that you can upgrade. Point of the game is to conquer basically the open world by defeating enemies, etc., taking on challenges, playing stories.
Okay.
And you do this with other people generally.
I was going to say, this is a pretty social game.
It's extremely social. I mean, it's kind of, the whole point of it is to be social. I don't know why you would do it non-socially. Then you could just play console games that are single player, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
League of Legends, I'm obviously super passionate about, which I spoke to about the LCS. I play that game regularly. Granted, I used to be good. I'm bad now. So I still love it. It's great. But with the new item changes and everything, I'm falling off here. But I love watching the pros play. I probably watch more League of Legends than I do actually play it. That's what a lot of people do. They actually watch more on Twitch than they actually play.
Mm-hmm.
It's this weird thing where like people will watch video games like in mass amounts of their favorite streamers and stuff more than they actually play the game. Or some of them don't even play the games that they're watching. They just like watching these content creators and these like entertainers on screen playing whatever game.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and it's a weird medium too, because if you think about it, like traditional sports, if you're like a fan of a player, right? The player isn't going to go online and do Q&As and talk to you.
No.
But these streamers, you can live talk to them, ask them questions, and they'll react to you with everyone else that's in the chat. It's this weird medium that kind of blew up with like the digital, marketplace.
Yeah, they're more accessible than a typical athlete.
Oh, 100% they're more accessible. It's a weird medium, and that's why I think traditional sports are falling out of the limelight a little bit. Because the newer generations, not only are traditional sports a little slow, I mean, comparatively, right? The attention span of Gen Y, Gen Z are ever shortening. Mm-hmm. And people just don't have the attention span to deal with these, like, 3-minute plays or whatever.
I will say, I rather watch League of Legends than football.
Yeah, I mean, it's just faster. It's fast-paced.
It's fast-paced, and I don't know. It seems very exciting to me. I don't know exactly what's going on, but because things are happening so quickly, that even though I don't know all of the ins and outs, like I can see when someone's about to get killed or when someone's like hiding somewhere. I don't know. I rather watch the league than football.
Yeah, I mean, it helps that I got you into it too, though.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're into it, which makes me want to learn more about it. But I feel like I'm like up on my league knowledge these days.
Yeah, and for people who, just to put it in perspective for people, so 30 million people watch the NFL, the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Well, almost double that watch the League of Legends World Championship worldwide. Granted, it's worldwide, but if you think about it, Korea's pastime and their national sport is League of Legends.
Yes.
It's a big deal in other countries. In North America, the Americas are really behind on this. They're not catching on as quickly. Mainly, I don't know if it's because Asians are just really big into like video games and I don't know. It's a different culture, I think. Riot, who has developed League of Legends, they're coming out with a whole bunch of new games this year. They're coming out with comic books, some of the best music I've ever heard. Easily they've made relation to their games. Play a lot of TFT, which is kind of like this chess-based game. Mm-hmm. It's very, very cool. That's what I play right now.
Yeah. Do we want to talk a little bit, like, circle back to League of Legends and the culture around it?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's what I have been, like, so interested in with League of Legends is, like, you talked about the Super Bowl.
Right.
So Super Bowl, like, football, you got someone who sings in the beginning, the national anthem or something. You have the giant, like, Super Bowl halftime show. It's supposed to be, like, amazing and all of this stuff.
Right.
They have nothing on Riot.
Yeah, you guys gotta check out these these opening ceremonies to these world championships. These are nuts, guys.
Freaking destroy. Like, looking from my experience as like a performer and watching everything that happens is unreal. These performances have live artists who are singing. They also have background dancers. Then they bring in freaking holographic images. It's just the coolest performance I've ever seen in my entire life.
These actors and dancers are dancing and singing alongside these holograms in choreography. So they have to choreograph, they have to make sure they're hitting the right beats when the actual holograms are performing as well next. And these are characters that you're playing in the game. So the actors are actually singing and dancing and acting as the champions that you play in League of Legends. Mm-hmm. It's so neat.
It's amazing. We'll maybe post like some clips of that on like Facebook and Instagram for people to see.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It's so cool. I am obsessed with Riot and League of Legends music.
Well, and it helps. It helps because like I think video game companies now are trying to tie in, obviously with advertisement and everything. Like the competition for eyeballs is always there. Mm-hmm. Like, and they're trying to draw in people to video games that wouldn't have otherwise. Like you. Like the big thing for Riot and League is like, what have they done with music? What have they done with fashion?
Freaking amazing.
Well, they partnered with Louis Vuitton for their case. They partnered, like they're making all these clothes, and look at what 100 Thieves is doing.
Yeah, 100 Thieves has really cool apparel, an LCS team.
Yeah, and I mean, they have other teams. Like all these organizations, these gaming organizations have all these teams that they compete in esports.
Yeah.
And like 100 Thieves, some of you probably may know, they came out with their own clothing line. Anyone who knows Pokimane, she has her own makeup line.
She did a makeup collab.
Yeah, she has a makeup collab, and she's like one of the most popular streamers, female streamers now, and content creators. It's just some of these people, they start dipping their toes into other things that gamers wouldn't have, or non-gamers wouldn't have normally known.
Yeah.
And they get in through that, which is really awesome because the bigger you build the community, the more people. Someday, my dream is like when you're walking down the street and instead of someone talking about the Super Bowl or whatever, you can talk to some random person that you wouldn't have known otherwise about a game that you're super passionate about.
Yeah.
Not that football's bad, but
No.
that's not my passion, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. The actual viewership is still booming. Even for the United States, I feel like it's changing, but just slower compared to all the other countries.
I think they're just so ahead of the game with everything. When K-pop started becoming popular, League of Legends and Riot was already way ahead of it and already said, "Oh, hey, we just created this like girl band who happens to do K-pop and it's just exploding." So then that went crazy. It's just ingenious. It's K-pop, but it also is a little bit Americanized. Like, it has people from K-pop bands like J-Idol, but then you also have Madison Beer in there. And then they had, what's her face? I don't know. She's some American. She was on Nickelodeon. That's how I know her. Oh, Keke Palmer was in one of the songs.
Right.
They are just so good at being ahead of the curve and predicting trends. I think that's what I've been most excited about, is seeing them predict trends within music and then also fashion and the way they choreograph and do all their set design. Like, that's what the future for stage performances is going to be.
Yeah, it's really cool. For those of you who don't know also, we're talking about League of Legends. League of Legends is a teamwork-based battle arena in which 5 players are pitted against 5 players to take over the enemy's base, destroy the Nexus, which is basically their head stronghold. Whoever does that first wins, just so everyone knows what the game is. You pick a character, the character has special abilities, and you're working with 5 other members of the same team who also have characters with different abilities to beat the other team. That is what it is. It's very similar to soccer, very similar to football. It's just completely digital.
Mm-hmm. I would say it's really similar to Capture the Flag. You're just destroying it at the end.
Right. I really enjoy it. The whole competitiveness of it is very similar to any traditional sport that you would watch.
Oh, for sure. And they still have the same, like, pre-game, casters and everything talking about what they're predicting for the game. They have after-game interviews. It's very similar traditional sport.
I think one of the reasons I think that, like, for example, the Western cultures are much slower on the whole video gaming, the digital space, is because of the way people have built a stereotype around, like, what a gamer is.
Yeah.
So, like, if someone says gamer, what do you think? You think, like, some skinny white boy in his mom's basement with glasses, right?
Yeah.
That just sits around, has no social life, is, et cetera, et cetera. We built that stereotype. It's just slowly changing. For people who are into games, they're not like that anymore. Everyone plays games.
Yeah.
And the media treat games like that. The stereotype still is pushed by the media.
Oh, for sure. You see them talk to, like, Nate Shaw and Bjergsen.
You see these gaming organizations using $50 million to create their own, like, sports complex for their gamers.
Yeah. Nate Shaw's just over the top. He builds a new gaming complex, like, every 2 years.
Yeah, Nate Shaw is the CEO of 100 Thieves, Esports organization.
They're the one that have their own, like, freaking amazing clothing line.
Yeah, they have some pretty sweet clothes.
It's so cool.
Yeah, shout out Nate Shaw. If you're watching.
100 Thieves, sponsor us.
Sponsor us, 100 Thieves. Sponsor us. Yeah, content creator, come on.
Oh, that'd be freaking cool.
Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. Anyways, yeah, I think it's just going to take some time for the media to catch up and the culture to recognize gaming as, like, not just this nerdy thing, but good things that come from gaming, not just bad. Because a lot of times the media portrays it as bad. Like, are violent video games contributing to mass shootings, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, I think a huge pro to it is that the kids get to interact, well, not even just kids, people get to interact with different people of all backgrounds through the internet that they usually wouldn't get the opportunity to meet.
Right.
And get to build these friendships and actually, learn how to have these social skills with people and not have to worry about being like, oh, I'm in front of people, I don't want to look stupid. Like, it's through a headphone, it's through a computer screen. You're a little bit more able to be more free and more open.
Well, let's say you're the kid too who like was kind of quiet, very introverted in high school, and didn't really go out of his way to make friends in high school. You know, it's a lot easier for you to talk with someone online that may be exactly like you on a game that you both share as passion, right?
Yeah.
It's very easy, and that can actually open you up to being more extroverted, as they say, IRL, which is in real life.
You're so cool.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know if gamers are listening to this, you know?
Yeah, I think that's something. You live here in Nashville. Your friends live in Wisconsin. You're
Right.
still able to talk and like virtually hang out with them every single day because you guys game.
Right.
Like my brothers, they are Army brats. They've lived all over the world. They get to hang out with their friends every single day and play the same games. I just think that's really cool. Like to be able to like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go like game for a couple hours, and it's not by yourself. Like you're hanging out with your best friends.
Yeah, you're connecting with people in a way that you wouldn't have been able to, 15 years ago, even 10 years ago, even.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really, really cool experience. Some of my best experiences in life were playing video games with my friends. There's a lot of things that I'll never forget. The really, really awesome times that we spent playing. One of my friends, Joe and Sam, spending all night playing Left 4 Dead, killing zombies for hours and hours on end. It was, some of that stuff I'll never forget.
Yeah. Well, when we lived in Wisconsin, you guys still did like gaming weekends.
Yeah, I mean, we did gaming weekends. We did, expansion release weekends. We did all kind where we'd lug our gear over to another's house and just spend the entire weekend hanging out. You're never going to forget some of that stuff.
Yeah.
I'll always live with you. As you grow up and you have more different priorities and things, you start having kids and getting married and stuff, a lot of that falls away. It's really cool though. It's really cool. I mean, as esports starts to grow in the States, I would like to go to some actual esports events, or even if it's not league, just an esport event, I think would be neat to just go check out.
So we need to go to Vegas.
Vegas
or
has
LA.
or LA, but Vegas has their
Esports
arena. I've been there through 2 or 3 times now.
3 times
I think
now.
it has been 3 times, but nothing was going on. I think there was either a Mario Party tournament going on or a Mario Kart tournament.
Mm-hmm.
That arena is so dope. It's in the Luxor. Yeah, it's in Luxor. It is very, very cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Seeing it in person, it's really cool.
Yeah, giant screens, all the cameras, all the bars where you can sit at and watch the game, the tournament happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
We just need to save up money to go to Worlds as a vacation. Yeah, I'm being serious. I would do that.
I want to go.
If you want that as our honeymoon, I would do it.
Oh my god.
Not even exaggerating. I would be totally fine with it.
Well, I'm hoping that COVID is done and I can actually do things in life.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Because I would go probably sooner than that. I want to see
Maybe I'll get you to marry me faster.
Bro, the truth comes out. Yeah. It's crazy how like 25 years ago playing the first ever video game and the progression now from like you used to have like 8-bit or whatever and now you have like 4K, 8K games.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's just nuts.
I just thought about this because you said COVID.
Yeah.
Esports were still functioning during COVID.
Right.
You can do it all virtual.
Well, that's exactly right.
The teams don't have to travel. The teams already live together.
Well, and people are staying home too. What do you do at home?
Video game.
You video game.
Yeah.
You game. You watch TV, right?
Yeah, it was the one sport that didn't have to cancel or move games around.
You do lose the live reaction, the live audience reaction.
Yeah.
In studio, you lose all that because they're all like playing from their player houses and stuff like that.
But they're still able to play.
Right.
Like they're the one sport that was able to continue through like the thick of it all, like this past year.
Right.
That's cool to see too.
What I do in my free time, Taylor not so much, but me, maybe I can get into something eventually.
No, I'll learn League. Wait, League is coming out on phones. I'm going to learn how to do League on my phone.
Right. Wild Rift comes out in like a month, guys. Wild Rift is League of Legends, but for your phone. It's mobile based.
Yeah.
You could try that.
I'll learn that.
Yeah.
I tried to learn, well, barely. I spent like 15 minutes playing once. I'll be awesome. I'll quit my job. I'll become a streamer. And I'll be rich.
Yeah. Become the new Pokemon. Come out with your own makeup line and clothes.
Yes.
There you
honestly.
go. There you go. All right, well, that's all we got for you guys today. Definitely go on our social medias and tell us what your favorite video games are, your favorite video game experiences,
Your favorite memory.
Favorite memories. Let us know.
Did you also have dial-up internet like us?
Yes, of course. The pain.
Yes. Our next episode is going to be on February 3rd. That's going to be a current events episode. Then we're going to talk about the... Cory, you can say the word.
Inauguration.
Thank you. We're going to talk about that. Whatever other current news is going on. We'll keep it light. We'll keep it funny. Keep it fresh.
There's been so much stuff going on, guys, and I know, like, I'm personally am sick of all the
getting burnt
crazy political stuff.
Yeah.
I'm getting burnt out on it. I listen to it. I'm kept up to date on it, but the parlor stuff, the Joe Biden stuff, it's getting to me.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about some next time. But we thought this was very lighthearted for y'all. It's important for us to talk about, so.
Yeah. We still have our affiliate link for Instacart if you want to use that for your first time signing up. Any order over $35, you will receive free delivery. Thanks so much for listening. Follow us on all socials at Strive Nation Pod. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Feel free to show your support and check out our Patreon. And remember, when the world is upside down, Strive Nation's right side up. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.